Well, hello everyone. It's been a couple of weeks and it is a very rainy Monday in August the 5th, which means we're only a couple of 3 months away from Florida Christian Writers Conference. My name is Eva Marie Everson. I'm the director of Florida Christian Writers Conference, and my favorite sidekick is here.
Hello, I'm Taryn Souders, and I am the co-director of the Florida Christian Writers Conference.
And we are in Florida right now. So if you don't know, we are getting rained on, but it's not too bad. It's just occasional wind gusts with a lot of rain. And although my beloved Cedar Key, which is in the Big Bend of Florida, I think it's called Apalachicola or something like that.
Yeah, Apalachicola.
Yeah. It's getting pounded again. I mean, poor Cedar Key, they just get pounded constantly. So anyway, prayers are with them and with everyone who is in the path of Hurricane Debbie right now. But at least we have electricity, yay, and and rain, and the flowers are happy. So what we're going to talk about today, we've talked about the editors. Now we're going to talk about the agents who are coming to Florida Christian Writers Conference. And Taran, I remember a time when, agents, you couldn't find one almost, and then you couldn't swing a bat and not hit one. But at writers conferences in the early days, you didn't see a lot of agents. And I remember making this comment and saying one day, having the right agents at your conference will be as critical and as important as having the right editors. And I think we're there. I really do. I think we've been there for a few years. But I also think that we have a great lineup of agents this year from a variety of literary agencies. So let's talk about them. I'm laughing because we have, as you know, Taryn, we have cameras around our house and the monitors sit on my desk. And there is this very awkward looking bird walking around in front of my house.
He's probably a little soggy and windblown.
Yeah, he's like, wow, let's take a bath.
That's awesome.
It's quite funny. I think he might be an egg rat, but I'm not sure. But anyway, let's talk about our agents and not our birds. The first one is Stephanie Alton. So tell us a little bit about Stephanie.
Well, this is going to be Stephanie's first year to be at the Florida Christian Writers Conference. She is with the Blythe Daniel Agency, and we've had Blythe several times. And so this will be our first time, actually, though, to have Stephanie. So I am excited to be able to meet her. Yes. She represents mainly nonfiction. And so if you are a nonfiction writer, she's going to be someone that you're going to want to go to our website and go to the faculty section and click on her name and to read up on what all she is looking to represent. Because I know you've mentioned this several times before, Eva, when you go into your appointments, you need to know what you're visiting with and what they represent.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not sit down and say, what do you represent? That wastes their time. It wastes your time. It wastes somebody else's time that could have taken that appointment.
Yeah, and it makes you look really
it just shows a lack of professionalism.
Yep, exactly. So she adores humor. So she does say that her dream client would be a humor writer with a healthy platform. And if you're curious about that word platform, you need to come to the conference and learn about it.
Absolutely. And Blythe and Stephanie mainly look for nonfiction, but that does not mean that they do not look at fiction writers. Blythe and Stephanie together are, well, Blythe is my agent, but they are also, they have a marketing side to their firm. And this was the area that Blythe originally started in, and Stephanie as well, I believe. And they make up a tremendous team when it comes to not only agenting your books, if that's a word, and then marketing the book once it comes out. So a great team to work with. So do read up on Stephanie and the Blythe Daniel Agency. The next is our good friend, Lynette Eason.
Yes. Oh, and Lynette is a sweetheart. And she's also, you might be familiar with her name because she is also a writer. And with over 3 million copies of her books sold. So if you haven't heard her name, you might be living under a rock.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so she is now an agent and she's with the Steve Lobby Agency. So again, on the website, if you're curious, how on earth do I pronounce that last name? It is Lobby.
It's lobby.
And so
Yeah.
head
Like
on
the
over.
lobby of a hotel.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah, and check out what it is that she represents and what she does, and just be prepared when you go to meet her. She is just a lot of fun, very easy to talk to.
Very easy to talk to. She is, like you said, she is a bestseller, 3 million copies of her suspense, romantic suspense novels. So if that's an area that you're interested in, she would be a great person to talk with. She'd be a great, if she's one of our mentors, I don't know if she is, but if she is in our mentor list, she'd be a great person to mentor with as well. And then we
Absolutely.
have, yeah, and then we have your favorite person and mine, Bob Hostetler,
Bob, good old
who's
Bob.
bringing the lovely Robin with him again this year.
Yes, yes. Bob is also with the Steve Lobby Agency. So Lynette tends to focus more on fiction because that's really her wheelhouse. Bob does fiction, but he also does nonfiction. So we've got kind of both arms of that house represented here between Lynette and between Bob. He is such a nice guy, very easy to talk to, great sense of
Just
humor.
don't
Uh,
put
don't
your phone down.
leave your phone near Bob.
Bob will take your phone and take a selfie. And then
He
all of
will
a
have a
sudden
new
you have a
selfie on
photo
your
of
phone for
Bob
sure.
on your phone. Or if you ever say, Bob, can you take a picture of me and this person? That, yeah, you're also going to get a photo of Bob. He will switch that camera around and do a great photo of himself. So we have learned the hard way not
Yes,
to do that. Yes,
not to
yes.
do
And
it.
I will tell you, if you're planning to talk with Bob, he loves sparkly pens. So you might want to bring him a sparkly pen and you can say, Eva and Taryn said that you love sparkly pens. This is not a joke. Well,
No,
it kind of
no.
is, but it's, no, he really does. We were sitting, Bob, myself and Michelle Medlock Adams were sitting together at a conference, and Michelle and I both had these really sparkly pens. And he got really upset because he didn't have one. And so we made sure he got one. And then after that, it became a thing, Bob and sparkly pens. So if you have a sparkly pen you want to share with Bob, that would be great.
There you have it. There you have it.
Speaking of sparkles,
Right. It's a good segue for Bethany
yes,
for sure.
Bethany Jett is coming and she's with the Kyle agency. So talk about Bethany.
So Bethany has been with Florida Christian Writers Conference for a really long time. She started off as a freelancer and then she was gosh, she's been a mentor and now she's an agent. She's a writer. And she is with the Kyle Young Literary Elite Agency. That's what Kyle stands for.
Mhm.
And she's been doing this for 3 years, 4 years, something like
3 or
that.
4, yeah, at least. Yeah. And she's also one of the founders of Serious Writer.
Yes.
The Serious Writer, what do you call it? It's not really a
Academy?
conference. It's, yeah, academy. And
Yeah,
then they
something like
have, it's kind of like a conference, but it's not a conference. I don't really know how to
right.
explain this.
It's a neat
But
program, whatever it is.
yes, yeah. And I don't know how she gets it all done. I really don't, except that she's full of energy. Her mom is a well-known fiction
Writer.
author. She's going to be here as well.
Yes.
From what we understand, as a conferee, we're excited to have Johnny Alexander come in. And anyway, Bethany is just, she knows her business. And I'm going to tell you, she knows marketing up
Yes.
one side and down the other. The woman is a whiz. So again, she is going to be a great person to sit down and speak to if you want to know more about marketing, even. She is going to be a good person to talk with. And
Yes.
that brings us to Karen Newmauer. And Karen is new to us this year, but not new to us. We know
Right.
Karen. Yes.
Yeah.
But we're
Karen,
excited to have her come and join us.
she's with Credo Communications, and that is a very well established agency, and she's a senior literary agent there. And she is looking for adult nonfiction, specifically spiritual growth, Christian living, self-help, those types of books. Anything that has to do with a current issue, she's looking for. She's also looking for, and pay attention to this because this can be rare, children's picture books.
Woo!
Lots of agents will actually close down looking for children's
Yeah.
picture books because they get so many. She's open to
Right.
them. So, and then
That's
board,
excellent.
Yes. So
Well,
if you're
especially this year because we have our children's intensive this year and so
That's
many
exactly
people are
right.
coming in for the intensive.
Yep. So,
Yay.
picture books, board books, nonfiction, current events. She is not currently looking for YA, middle grade, or memoir, but she does tell you what she is looking for. So take a look and get prepared to make appointments.
Absolutely. And then last but certainly not least, one of the people in this industry I absolutely adore. I mean, that's the word I'm going to have to use here. I absolutely adore Cynthia Rookdy.
Yes. And she is, I think, oh yeah, she's in Books and Such.
Books and Such, yeah.
I remember her. And that's a huge agency. If you're
Oh,
not
yeah,
familiar with Books and Such, that
yeah.
is a very well-known agency. And she has a website you can go and check out and read a little bit more on her, on what all she is accepting and what she's not accepting. But she's herself as an author. She's written more than 40 books. So she really knows the industry. She knows what sells, what doesn't sell. So you definitely want to check her out as well.
Okay, and so those are our agents for Florida Christian Writers Conference 2024. We think we've got a great variety of agents for you. A couple of updates. Number one, just so you know, all of you who are listening and thinking, oh, well, I'll sign up sooner or later. It's going to be a full house at Lake Yale. And so at some point, we are going to have to cut off as far as how many more people we can allow in. So please keep that in mind. If you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna sign up eventually, think more about signing up sooner rather than later. I know some of you are waiting to find out if you received a scholarship or not. I am working on that this week. So we've got them all downloaded, all of your entries, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll be looking at that this week and looking forward to letting you know if you are a recipient of one of our three, count them three, scholarships. And that there's not just one winner per scholarship. There are sometimes multiple winners per scholarship.
Right.
So
we try to
yay.
share the love.
We do like to share the love, and we like to make sure that everybody gets a little bit of a discount somewhere along the way. So, all right, thank you again for joining us, and hopefully we will see you in October.